Good morning. Happy Sunday morning. I'm here inside because I got church this morning, but also I'm going to be here for a while because it's just so wet outside, so much rain. Thanks for joining my channel where I talk about mental health, the spiritual health. And what am I going to say here? We're going to do something different this time. So instead of talking about some specific passages from the Bible, hey Frank, I'm going to do a book review. Because this is a book review of one of my, it's called Bible Fellowship. Think of it as Bible study. They call it Bible Fellowship because it's interactive study with adults. They call it Adult Bible Fellowship. And I actually have it at 11 a.m. every Sunday with Bill Mowry. He's our teacher. He's on staff at the Navigators. The Navigators is kind of like a discipleship nonprofit, if you will. But he just wrote a new book called Holding the Word by Bill Mowry. Hey, Vicky. Holding the Word. It says, Holding the Word, 5 Ways to Encounter God Through the Scriptures. And it's Bill Mowry. This book's available in 2 days, April 8th. It's not even available yet. But I read it and I want to go through it. And I'll put links in the description if you guys want to order it and get it. But it's talk about holding the Word. Obviously, the Word being scriptures or the Bible. But what does it mean, holding the Word? Well, that's what we're going to talk about over the next week or so. I'm going to go through chapter by chapter. But the first one is the introduction. Okay, it's an introduction by Bill Mowry. This is actually his 3rd book. And just so you know what the Navigators are, because he's on staff at the Navigators, that's his, full-time job. Obviously, he's a pastor he's not a pastor. He's a member of the church that I go to and teaches that adult Bible fellowship class at 11 a.m. on Sundays. But his full-time job is to be on staff at the Navigators, and their mission is to know Christ, make him known, and help others do the same through Bible study, discipleship, evangelism, and prayer. Okay, so just so you know a little bit of background about Bill, that's where he's coming from when he wrote this book called Holding the Word, 5 Ways to Encounter God Through the Scriptures. Now, the introduction goes over what it means to be holding the Word. And it's this book. This book is a book about holding. Now, how do we hold things? We hold things physically, like we hold on for dear life, right? We hold on to something for dear life. You're holding on to a rope or something like that. If you're rock climbing, for example, we hold on to things intellectually, right? Like, oh, I finally got a hold of geometry. And we hold on to things relationally, like if you ask someone, hey, can I hold your hand? Or when you hold some, you know what I mean? When you're holding hands walking down the street. It's an act, it's a relational holding. And that's what this book is about. This book is about relational holding. Meaning, don't just pick up the Bible and read it or study it like a textbook. It's about having a relationship with God. So that's what it means by holding the Word. And there's 3 ways of relational holding, okay? One is memories, right? We have memories of great things that happened. Like for me, Christmas Eve at my grandparents' in the basement, it's a great memory. Great memory of relationships in our family. That's relational holding number 1. The second one is possessions, right? We keep things that remind ourselves of good times or other people. And also we relationally hold people in our lives, right? So those are the 3 types of relational holding: memories, possessions, and people. And the Bible is a book about holding in that way, okay? And one of the New Testament words for holding, so holding is actually biblical, it's in the Bible. One of the New Testament words for holding means cleaving to something. And what does it mean to cleave to something? That means to become strongly involved or attached to something, right? So becoming strongly involved or attached to something. And the Bible talks about holding on to God, holding to his statutes, and holding to the testimony of Jesus, from Deuteronomy to Revelation. Like Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 20, hold fast to him. Deuteronomy 30, love God, obey him, and hold fast to him. It's in the Psalms 119 and 139. It's in Proverbs chapter 4. In the New Testament, it's in 1 Corinthians chapter 11, Titus chapter 1, and even the book of Revelation, the last book of the Bible, chapter 12, verse 17, where it says, hold to the testimony of Jesus. So in other words, when you translate the word cleaving to something, become strongly involved or attached to the testimony of Jesus. And we hold the things we love, is what Bill says, right? We hold the things that we love. But it can also be negative, right? It can also be negative, specifically when it comes to the Bible. Like, there, you might feel guilty what you think you're supposed to do. Like, you're supposed to love the Bible, but you actually don't. It's difficult to read. If you're been involved with the Bible or reading it since childhood, you could say, oh, I'm bored with it. It's just so familiar. You can become bored with it. Or if you're new to the Bible, you could say, well, I don't understand what I'm reading and I'm afraid of making a mistake. Or possibly because it's just easier, you listen to podcasts, read study guides, read commentary on the Bible, and you don't actually read the Bible or study the Bible itself. You're just satisfied with what other people have to say. So Bill uses something, a navigator's tool, that their founder, Dawson Trotman, developed to get a grip on the Bible or to understand the Bible or how to hold the Bible. And they called it the word hand. So look at your hand. It's called the word hand. And there's 5 ways to get a grip on the Bible or to hold the Bible. The pinky finger one is to hear the Bible. Hear other people read it to you, preach to you, commentary, study, whatever. Hear the Bible. Because we pay attention to and listen to what we love, right? So hearing the Bible is one way. A second way, the ring finger, is to read the Bible, because we take time to read what we love, right? The third thing, middle finger, is study. We choose to study what we love, right? You go to school for what you like to study and want to do in life. We study what we love. The index finger is memorize. We memorize what we love, right? We memorize and remember things that we love. And the fifth thing is the thumb, meditate. And notice that the thumb touches all the other 4 fingers. Meditate. We think about what we love. So hear, read, study, memorize, and meditate is how we should hold the Bible. Now, when we go through these 5 things in the book, this is how this book is going to help. It recharges your motivation to hold the Word or to get back into the Bible. And the goal is to apply 1 or 2 practices that you're going to learn throughout this book. Second is consider how to improve your current application of these practices. And the third way is to choose practices that kind of arouse your curiosity or meet a current need in your life. So that is how this book is going to help. All right. So I'm going to go through holding the word. This was just the introduction and what it means to hold or relationally hold the Bible, because God wants a relationship with us. And that's what it's about: how to hold the Bible, how to relationally hold the Bible. 5 ways to encounter God through the scriptures by Bill Mowry. And when this book becomes available in 2 days, I will put a link into it. All right? I hope you guys get a chance to pick up a copy and get holding the word, get back into the Bible, or get into the Bible in a better way, in a more relational way, so that you can encounter God. And that's what we're going to talk about over the next week or so, going through this book. All right? You guys got any questions? Otherwise, I'm just going to leave you with that. And hopefully you guys will go to church today. That's where I'm going. You can tell I just got out of the shower. I got to go shave, get dressed, and get to 8:15 service. But I appreciate you joining. Viper, Carlos, Mattern, thanks for joining, as well as the usuals, Mariner, Vicky, Frank. Thanks for joining, everybody. And I'll put a link when this becomes available. But it's Holding the Word, 5 Ways to Encounter God Through the Scriptures by Bill Mowry, who's on staff at the Navigators. All right? Peace, everybody. Have a beautiful Sunday. And we'll see you tonight, hopefully, in our random channel. We're just going to talk about what to do next at night. I think we're going to talk about how to go through my CDs. All right? Peace, everybody.